All right, welcome back to Mountain Views. I'm still Terry Burden, and I'm still here with Henry Glasheen and Tor Steen, and we're going to switch topics right now. We're going to talk about community activism in the very best way, and we're going to talk about dialogue in our community, an important event coming up tomorrow evening, a town hall meeting that you guys are also here to speak about. Henry, if you would, lead off and give a little bit of the overview of tomorrow night's event.
Sure. So one of the things we did last year was we got all of the state representatives that represent Summit County up to the Richens building, which is the county library. It's 6 o'clock tomorrow at the Richens building. And we brought them up and we had them answer questions right in the middle of the legislative session. So right as there are bills going back and forth between the House and the Senate and between the House and the Governor's office, we're giving direct feedback to our legislators to let them know some of these bills affect Summit County, some don't, but there are a lot of bills that affect things like education funding, which is critical to Park City because a lot of the education dollars that we have end up in other parts of the state. So this gives an opportunity for residents to talk about energy issues, talk about economic development, land use, school funding, any of that. So we'll have Senators Kevin Van Tassel and Alan Christensen, who are the two senators who represent our district. We're also going to have Joel Briscoe, who represents District 25, Legislative District 25. He's not actually in our county any longer, but he agreed to come up. Also, Craig Powell, who is our newest member of the he's our legislative representative. He covers Park City out through Wasatch County. We'll also have Mel Brown and Brian King. And Mel and Brian is also new to our area. He picks up a very small part of Summit Park area, but he was gracious enough to come and hear the residents out. Last year we had about 150 people. Turnout was great. Question and answer went on for an hour and a half, and then all the legislators hung around afterwards to answer questions, speak to people one-on-one.
It's cool. That's really cool.
Very cool.
That may be the vernacular,
Yeah.
but I have to say that one of the things that, and I've said this many times on this program with different guests, one of the things I love about Park City, about Summit County, and about Utah really, is that there's a grassroots participation and also a cooperation, a feeling of community that I think as we look at national politics and governance, both, gets lost a lot in coverage of what's happening at the national level. But to live in Summit County and to be here and to see, in this case, representatihes from, as they say, both sides of the aisle coming together to listen as well as to talk is a really cool thing. And I believe is this your brainchild, or certainly your driving factor in this driving force?
It's actually myself and Lisa Kirchenheider, who is my vice chair. She's also our legislative representative. So she goes down practically every single day and talks to our legislators. There's about 56 numbered bills right now that affect Summit County in one way or the other. We have probably a half a dozen really important education funding bills that are there, and there's a few bills that I think people in Park City, Summit County, want to voice their opposition, and I think that some of that's appropriate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, give details, because I know that it's tomorrow night, and
Yes.
I'm not sure what time.
Okay, so it's 6 o'clock. It's at the Richens building, which is the county library right next to McDonald's at Kimball Junction. And we'll start at 6. If you want to hang around and talk directly to your representative, we are in, their session goes on until the first week of March. So most of the real hot button issues have not been voted on, and this will give you an opportunity.
Everything tends to gang
Everything
to the
goes
end
right
of
to
the
the end.
legislative session.
And this has actually been a good session. I mean, it hasn't been, the last session was rancorous. We had a lot of bills there that were, very controversial. This one, there's a couple bills that are very important to us. There's a school voucher bill. There's also a school choice bill, and so I think those are bills that will end up taking money out of Park City. If anybody has an interest, like to call me. I gave them my telephone number so they could put it on the screen.
Good.
They're welcome to call me. I'll give you a list of the numbered bills, and you can look through them and see if any of them are of interest. There's energy bills in there that deal with coal mining and things like that. I know that's a huge issue up here.
Absolutely, no
Yes.
question about it. And Tor, I'm assuming that you'll probably be there.
I definitely will be.
All right. Well, guys, I have to say that as much as I would like to be there and would have a wonderful time, whether I'm covering or just observing, at 6 p.m., I'm going to be right here. So
Bring your camera. Come on.
Well, you know,
Come
we'll
on
see.
over.
We'll
We'd
see
love
if
to have you.
we can do a location. I think we got some folks coming in. The Johnny Cash tribute show is
Yeah.
going to be here in the studio. So I'm not sure that I personally will be able to make it, but we'll get a crew out there to cover it.
Great.
And many warm thanks for coming in. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your work on behalf of the community, both in a philanthropic and in a government service sense.
Yeah.
So all the best to both of you fellows. Keep up the good work.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoyed having you, Henry.
Thanks so much for having us.
Nice to meet you.
You
and
too.
I'm sure we'll be talking right here on Mountain Views again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right, we're going to take a break. It's almost time for weather. We're keeping hope alive that there is snow in our forecast, but Liz Swaney is going to let us know what the scoop is. We'll be right back after this.
Crandall Ford was founded in 1946 and is still family owned and operated. Our success comes from 64 years of consistent and conservative business practices, longtime employees dedicated to providing great customer service, and many repeat and referral customers. We're proud to represent Ford Motor Company, the only auto manufacturer not to take the government bailout. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we have a great selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. With an award-winning service department, we can handle all your service needs for most makes and models. Call Crandall Ford at 647-FORD. Visit us online at crandallford.com or come see us on Rasmussen Road near Kimball Junction.
Looking for an alternative to expensive long-term airport parking? Diamond Storage is the answer. Store your vehicle in a private garage and take our complimentary airport shuttle, 24-hour access with 24-hour shuttles. Diamond Private Garages, convenient, fast, affordable, and friendly.
Ladies, you look good. Come on, you gotta keep it up. Push yourself. 1, 2, keep walking, keep walking. Walk yourself into a frenzy and get fit. You know you can do it. Put one foot in front of the other. You can do it. Good job. Keep yourself motivated.
Having trouble motivating yourself to exercise and get fit again? Drag yourself into Silver Mountain Sports Club and take control of your health. Silver Mountain Sports Club helps people get fit every day, one